I started having some problems with my back, started being really uncomfortable with my situation. And when you get heavy, especially over a long period of time, you really don't realize how heavy you are. And I started to realize it. I started to be uncomfortable. My family is avid campers. We did a lot of camping, and on a trip at the end of 2009, actually a little before that, I started having back problems. And then it culminated to me being very uncomfortable at a trip that we had at the end of 2009. And then finally I just got sick of it and said I'm going to start losing weight, and got on the horse and started changing my habits. The change that happened in my life that allowed me to gain weight was that I went from working in a physical job to working in an office job. You know, we don't exert a lot of energy sitting behind a desk and a computer. You know, it's because it's a sedentary job. You know, you get caught up in that, and then you get married, you have kids, and you know, things kind of build up, and you know, I just kind of lost sight of my activities and the things that I really needed to do. Honestly, I think when my wife got pregnant, I probably gained more weight than she did. So that was probably the biggest thing that really got me. But you know, when you have two small children like I have, you want to be able to play with them and do different things. And we happened to take them up north to see some snow, and my ability of playing with them in the snow was hampered by my weight, and I was very uncomfortable, and it really got to me. So I figured I had to do something about it. Initially, they had made the recommendations after I had some back problems. I started seeing a chiropractor, and that helped out a great deal. And I received a phone call from a health coach, and they had mentioned that that losing weight would play a big factor in helping me resolve my back problems. So I knew that I had lost weight before in the past just by changing my diet. It didn't stick, and I knew that in order for me to be successful, I was going to have to start exercising. My diet consisted of whatever was quick and easy a lot of times, especially for lunch. You know, we got a great group of guys that I work with. A lot of times I'd go out to lunch with them, and we would hit fast food, or we would go to a restaurant, and I would order something that was tasty but not very healthy. I was really bad about getting up late and not eating breakfast and those kinds of things, and now I get up in the morning, I have a good breakfast every morning, and instead of just eating large meals, I eat throughout the day. So I'll get up, eat a breakfast, I'll have a snack in the morning, I'll have a decent lunch, and then I'll have a snack in the afternoon, and then I'll go home and have dinner. I started exercising by walking daily. For whatever reason, one day I was out walking, and my body said that it wanted to run. I went online, I did some research, and I found a program called Couch to 5K, which allows you to do which slowly builds you up via intervals between walking and running to run a 5K in about 9 weeks. And coincidentally, my church was having a 5K. This would have been last August, almost a year ago. And so I set myself a goal of running that 5K, and I followed the program, and it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. I developed a passion for running. I absolutely love it. My family is wonderful. I love them very much, and they were very much a supportive part of what I had done. Not only my family, my coworkers here at work were very supportive. I had a lot of people that encouraged me, as well as my church family. They were very supportive to me as well, and I'm very thankful to have that support group. That it makes a big difference when somebody comes up to you and says, "Hey man, you're looking pretty good," or when you see somebody that or you hadn't seen for a while, and they notice that you've lost weight, or even don't recognize you initially. I used the wellness center. About halfway through my running program, I realized that I better get myself checked out. The county was encouraging us to use the Care Here facility to get the health risk assessment. So I went in, got the health risk assessment. Did of course verify that I was overweight, but everything else was checking out okay, which I was very encouraged by. Weird weight loss is a mystery to me, because I worked very hard at it, and some days I'd look at the scale and I'd go up a pound or two, and I think one of the biggest things I learned is just to not let that bother me. I kept track of what I was doing, and I kept a spreadsheet of my weight loss, and I checked my weight every week. And even though I had weeks that I went up, my ultimate weight loss, I could see it going down over the big picture. You can see the trend line going downwards, and that was what really